We're hot.
Bam.
I honestly don't think they're ready for us.
Yep. Welcome back to the Blue Collar Society.
What's that?
Who's over there? Oh, I'm like, who? What the heck? Oh, they're messing with a shake weight.
Shake weights, baby.
So, well, how's everybody's week going? You kind of got an eventful week, I think, for all of us.
Eventful. That's a generous
I don't know what
word.
the hell I came down with.
So,
Sick?
Yeah, I was sick yesterday. I was pretty sick
Oh,
yesterday.
you don't got
Today
the
I'm
new
much
COVID.
better, but
You got
Is
the
it? I don't know.
2024 COVID.
Mhm.
not the COVID-19.
Pre-election
Well,
COVID.
No.
no, I don't know, man. I just had
pre-election
something going on
So
where
hold on. Body aches,
What
chills,
sounds stuffy?
headaches. Body aches, chills, headaches, tired.
I mean, I took
Oh,
a
you're just
COVID
getting old.
Hey, you know what? You know what actually does help with that kind of stuff, right? Just listen to David
Bourbon.
Goggins and stop being a bitch.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Go run 2 miles.
Yeah.
Stop complaining. You can't
Go
feel
run 2
pain if
miles.
you can't. You
Suck
can't
it
be in
up.
pain
Feel
if you
it.
can't feel
Fuck.
pain.
Fuck running 2 miles. I still worked, but I felt like shit. So
I got
I
hit
don't know
with
if I sound
something
stuffy
too.
at all, but
The whole house got hit with the same thing. It starts like I don't know if you had like a crazy migraine headache type. It was like
yesterday, yeah.
like pounding, and it just hurts. And if you take pills, it does nothing. Like I took Advil, it did
Yeah.
absolutely nothing. So it was the same thing. It's going around.
It was just one day though. Like this morning I
Yeah.
woke up and I felt better, but just now I feel like I got fucking allergies or sinus or something.
It's now it's gonna be like a sinus infection. Like if you go to blow, like you don't put pressure on your nose and blow, your ears are gonna hurt like hell.
Yeah, that's exactly how
I'm
I'm
right
feeling
there
right
with
now.
you. I'm telling
My
you,
son
he looks
actually
so.
just
He looks
when
like
he came home,
depressed.
they said that a kid tested positive for COVID at school today.
Here we
In
go.
my son's class. Yeah.
Oh
That's
shit.
crazy. Yeah, no, it's dude. I mean, the beginning of the year is always like this. You know, it's like, all right, which one of you is gonna bring it? Who's gonna start?
Who's going to be the
chain?
sacrificial lamb?
Which one of you is gonna start this whole like? And like right now, dude, it's bad. Like you go to, like, what do you call those? Not the ER, but
The
Clinic?
walking
urgent cares.
Yeah.
Cares.
Yeah.
Those suck.
Dude, it's like 12, 15 people. It's like swamp.
Yeah.
That's
Jeez.
swamped for urgent cares by y'all?
Yes.
12 to 15 is a slow day, dude. If there's 12 to 15 people, then half the population of my state died.
You live in a more rural area though. So.
Yeah. Omar, you're in a small place, right?
12 to 15 is half his population.
Yeah, 12 to 15 is. That's what I'm saying. Like, with my area, dude, most urgent cares, if it's 1 or 2, it's a lot. Like, you went there, they take care of you right away. So when you go there, it's 20 people, and they all have the same symptoms like Harry has, something's going on. You know?
Yeah.
And my kids just got it. They all got over it just recently, you know? But same symptoms, like you said, like the membrane of your brain just hurts, like the skull part. And it's like starts like right here behind your eyes.
It could have been. It could have been just because when we went to Myrtle Beach and we walked the strip, man, everybody was fucking out there. So could have got it out there. I don't know if sometimes after it rains a lot like that, you go in the water, you get sick. I don't know. But
Murder Beach.
Could be all the cocaine. I mean,
Murder Beach.
hey, you know, I try to take it easy this weekend, man. I was with the family.
Just take it easy.
No cranberry vodkas for you?
This man.
No cranberry vodkas. I did have some mimosas. We had some mimosas, my sister and I.
Oh,
you went
have
to
you seen
Myrtle
those?
Beach?
Have you seen those blue collar mimosas that have been like all over TikTok and such, where it's just orange juice and Red Bull?
Oh,
Yeah.
orange juice
Just
and Red
orange
Bull.
juice and Red Bull.
No.
I mean, to be fair, the
Man.
normal Red Bull is sour anyway. It's like citrusy.
Okay,
so
all right. To be fair, before y'all say ill, have y'all tried it?
No.
So
No.
I mean, I think it'll taste fine.
No. What are you basing your answers on? This is a struggle that I have with my family. They're like, that's disgusting. How the hell you know?
Because I've had orange juice and I've had Red Bull, and I don't like orange juice with my Red Bull. I like Remy with my Red Bull.
That's like Who would have thought champagne and orange juice go together? But hey, here we are.
It's like I like
Here we
tequila in my orange juice with a little bit of grenadine.
So,
Nice little tequila sunrise.
Have you tried it, Omar? Are you one of those savages?
tomorrow. Well, now
Yeah, I'm making one tomorrow.
He's smart.
Here's
I
my
tried
thing with
this
it.
morning.
Here's my dilemma with it is I don't really like the taste of the normal Red Bull, so I think the orange juice would kind of counteract it.
Yeah, just get you one of those.
Likewise, I don't
Red Bulls.
I don't like the taste of normal Red Bull either. But damn, now you're making me want to try this
So-
shit. And
so
this is
now-
the blue collar society, so we have to try it.
We have to
Yeah.
try it for science.
For
So-
science. Yeah.
For
We
science.
should compare it to a tequila one. And Harry said he likes rum. We should compare it all together tomorrow.
So
Right
yeah,
on the-
whiskey, rum, tequila. What else? So
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick intermission. We're all gonna go to the store and grab some Red Bulls. We'll be back.
Bro, y'all got to do it tomorrow. You got to try it. I want to see it on the story.
So
All right.
funny story with Red Bull, right? In South America, before I came to the States, this was when I was maybe 10 years old. My grandmother would take me to this pharmacy where the pharmacist would make you this energy drink. Literally, like from all the ingredients, and he would put it like on like a tube.
You got real
Drink
bull
it.
sperm.
I was drinking Red Bull before it was Red Bull, bro. I
What
swear to
the
God,
fuck?
when I was drinking Red Bull, I was like, holy shit, this is the same taste. This dude was making
What?
Red Bull before it even became something.
Wow.
Boy.
So I
Red
like,
Bulls. That shit is
I'm trying to-
international,
It
man.
gives you wings, man.
well, that shit did. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm 10 years old and you're getting me cracked. Like, but I gotta find that. See, now I gotta look up. I'm gonna talk to my aunt and be like, listen, I know where the pharmacy is. It's still there. It's like literally cobblestone. So I'll be like, what the hell were they making? Because that's Red Bull. I swear to Christ, they were making.
You
Red
asked too many questions.
Bull. I want to know the truth. Imagine poor guy gets taken out, like
Yeah,
sued
some-
because I exposed him.
Man, Omar.
I mean, in all fairness, in South America, they use about all parts of the cow. I found out that it's, I guess, I don't know if it's true or a wives' tale, but apparently cow nose is used to treat infertility. And that's what my dad says. So if you have an infertility problems, they would make a soup out of cow nose. And if you go to the market and ask for cow nose, they're like, oh, you got baby problems. Like they just know what's up.
Wow.
So,
I'm like, man.
so the Hispanic community with baby problems. I don't think we have that issue.
I don't think so either. I don't know about any Hispanics that got fertility issues, man. They're usually.
17
Oh,
kids
not
getting out of the
fertility.
car.
It was milk production. That's what it was. If you're having like a
Oh,
breastfeeding problem, not fertility. Yeah,
Gotcha.
fertility problem. You just need to take a nap and you'll be fine. Then she's climbing back up.
You
You breathe on them wrong and they get pregnant.
you gotta get what do you call that, ceviche? You get a ceviche, you're good to go.
Ceviche?
There you go.
If you
I
have
didn't know what
Just
that
so
is.
you guys know, too, if you plan on getting a vasectomy at any point, it increases your risk by 15% to get cancer.
Of
Well,
vasectomy?
cancer
you said?
runs in my family, so
Is that what you said? Danny, a vasectomy?
wait, Don,
Yeah,
did
if
you
you
get
get a-
fixed yet?
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not taking
What?
that risk. I'm not taking that risk.
Oh, so you rather just keep procreating and damaging our ecosystem
Chris.
and
I
Oh,
ain't
Donnie.
drinking no
50% chance?
you're spreading that retard gene still. No,
Yeah.
Damn.
yeah, I
Yeah,
said
no,
yeah.
I
What
didn't even
voice
know
is-
about that. One of my wife's friends, she knows about all that stuff, and my
It's
wife
nice
told me about
knowing
it.
you guys. This is how we
She's
get
like, "Yeah, you
cancer.
can make the
You know?
decision if you want to." She's like, "But if it was me, I wouldn't do it."
You're gonna die
I'm
of
like, "Yeah."
cancer, but
Yeah.
I mean, listen,
Oh, shit.
cancer is one of those things that now I think we've gone from am I gonna get cancer to when am I
when am I gonna get cancer?
It's just
Well, I
literally
mean, this like everything today is gonna give you cancer.
yeah. I mean,
It's worse if you're in California, man. Those people just get cancer living there. Apparently, everything gives you
So
cancer in California.
So that's the irony. I mean, what product on a daily basis that we do use that doesn't come with that giant sticker that says you're gonna die of cancer right next to it?
Yeah.
Only in California, though.
Yeah.
Only in California.
Only in
So
California.
We're in North Carolina, so we're fine. South, we're on the East Coast. We're far away from that issue.
Silica dust, fiberglass. I mean, you name it. What haven't we not?
That'll probably
Yeah.
kill us before cancer does, man. All the silica that we're breathing in.
I used to always cut my cement boards with the grinder. I would never score them and try to snap. I would always just cut them with the grinder, and I never wear a mask.
He was a savage. He's like, my lungs are the mask.
Yeah, like I can still run 50 miles. I'm good.
Donnie says it like, yeah, I never wore a mask and I'm still here. But all right, we'll find out.
I'm just saying because of the things we do on a regular basis that you may not even think about will cause cancer, and it's like,
see, there's pros and
that
cons to
probably could.
there's pros and cons to like not wearing a mask when you're mixing thin set and cutting the backer board, because when you get that buildup in that mouth, you just basically make thin set. You can just slap the thing down. Yeah. Oh yeah, you get that or you get it in your nose.
Hold up, y'all don't take your thin set.
Yeah.
You know what?
Wait, what'd you say?
It's supposed to taste like a peanut butter consistency, or does it feel?
How do you know it's peanut butter? You got take a little dab and see if it's still peanut butter.
I test my grouts
Like
like that. I don't do the thin sets.
I just bring a butter knife to work and spread it on some toast.
Pack a whole lip. Pack a lip. It's like, what's that?
That's how Sal de Blasi does it.
All right, tomorrow you got orange juice with Red Bull, and then you got to eat 2 pieces of toast with some of that shit spread on there.
You got to take your glass and dip the rim in some thin set.
Put some thin set on there. Just put it on there.
Now,
breakfast.
okay, so now since we're in this topic, hold on. Let me pull up Smoogle real quick.
Does it have to be original Red Bull? The original Red Bull?
No,
Yes,
put an orange one.
Yeah.
in.
That's the trend. Honestly, I like the tropical Red Bull, so I'd probably mix the yellow tropical Red Bull in with the orange.
What's it
'Cause then
called?
you get-
I know you're cheating. That's cheating, though. That's I think
I
it
know.
has to
I'm gonna
be
try it
original.
the normal way. The blue collar mimosa, but we're gonna try it the normal way first.
I'm looking forward to
Blue
this.
collar mimosa.
You guys make sure to remind me in the morning.
Hold
'Cause
on.
I forget.
What
I feel
is
like Ron Rogan. Pull it up, Jamie.
Is he pulling it up?
Oh, me?
Is he pulling it up?
I
thought you were looking up.
looking into it. Man, I just finished listening to his last podcast. It's like
Listen.
5.5 hours long.
There's 4.
Shit, who you on?
It's called Protect Our Parks. It's him and like 3 other comedians.
Oh, he's doing the. You got to see the one with the new movie about the child abduction thing. That podcast is long too.
Yeah.
All right, so here you go. Now, put it to you this way. This has exact measurements. We're not going to do it. We're kind of going to mix it like thin set, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Well, it looks about right. Shake it up, and we're good.
Buy an extra bottle of orange juice just
No,
in case
no.
you taste too much Red Bull.
So blue collar mimosa. What does it say here?
There you go.
Ingredients. Hold on. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that looks tasty. There's no alcohol in this, huh?
Not until after 5 o'clock. After 5 o'clock, it's fair game.
I
Half
think we're
glass
doing
of
this for
red.
breakfast.
Half
Something
glass
like
of
that.
red.
What is that?
They're using a full glass of
rice?
Red Bull.
Yeah.
If you want to be fancy.
What is it, 16 ounces?
This is
Oh, no, there is vodka. Okay. This one, though, like what they were putting on like TikTok didn't have any
You gotta
alcohol in
look
it.
up. You gotta look
I was
up.
getting ready to say this. There's no way this is a blue collar
Hold
mimosa.
up.
This is too
No,
fancy.
no.
This is.
Hold up.
I thought I was gonna watch a guy on his way to work
Don't.
at the damn
Welcome to
oil.
Bartender's
Here, this is the video that I saw. Hold on.
Put some
Yeah, this one looks more like a yeah. The styrofoam
In the truck.
stuff, like
Dennis,
Yeah.
I'm doing my video tomorrow morning. What are you doing, guy?
See,
what do
there you go. It's legit because it's in the truck.
Yeah, I like that video. That was blue collar as fuck.
No. Where's the nips that he threw?
Oh, I got those handy all the time. No.
He's got-
Just
you
dip
pull
it
up
in
the
there a
console
little bit.
You pull up the
There's
console,
fucking-
one shoots up.
I got all the nips you want. But
So I'm gonna try that tonight. Now,
All right,
wait, hold on. Yeah, we have
with the bacon, egg, and cheese. You're gonna have yours with a bacon, egg, and cheese, bro.
probably.
Yeah, we have a bathroom on at the job site, so I'm good.
So you getting Taco Bell breakfast then?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. No, tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow's the first day of school. Shit.
Dang, they start. I thought we started.
Someone
late.
say Taco Bell.
No,
The
no,
soundboard didn't
they start
work.
in September all the time.
Speaking of Taco Bell, there is one in town. So where you're living now, where you're gonna be living, it's like 10 minutes away.
So you mean to tell me you got a legit, authentic taco place and on Main Street, pretty much, and you want me to go to Taco Bell?
No one mentioned it. I haven't had
no.
Taco Bell in a long time.
The only time you go to Taco Bell is to get the cinnamon fries. All right.
Ooh, those cinnamon fries are fucking banging.
Now rate the. So if you had to rate the tacos that I got from the legit,
They don't
spot,
compare. That's not a fair
No,
comparison.
not comparison. What would you rate them?
As far as like the best tacos I've had,
7.
yeah, I'd say around a 6 or a 7.
You disgraceful.
These are tacos up where Omar lives.
You disgrace. This came out.
Listen.
There was literally a small Spanish lady in a tiny little kitchen cooking those things, and you say a 6?
Listen, I say, listen.
She is 4 foot tall.
Okay, maybe it's 7 or 8. We're closer. Yeah. No, see, my if you want to get authentic food, you go to a truck that probably hasn't been inspected. That's what I tell people. Like, it's not supposed to be there. It doesn't have a permit to be there. It's never been inspected. If it is, it's an inspection for another truck.
So Harry, so basically, what he wants me to do, he wants me to take him to a chimney truck.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
So-
it's right next to 84, right by the George W. Bridge. Literally, it's like right next to it. And like you said, it's probably not inspected. God knows what comes out there. But you get fresh cooked food that night, and you're gonna fall in love with it. Oh, that's
Listen.
another one.
If I'm not scalded for not speaking Spanish, I don't want the food.
Morir soñando. You know what that is, Harry.
Who, me? Yeah.
Yeah, morir soñando. You ever drank that?
Never.
Oh no, I didn't know that was a drink.
Jesus Christ. It's orange juice and milk.
Come on now, you can't make that.
Wouldn't the orange juice, the citrus from it, spoil the milk?
Have had, and that was disgusting, bro.
What? Who made it?
It was.
He's like, who made it?
Who
Let me see the
made it?
name.
Who
Right,
made it?
bro.
I made it.
Well, that explains a lot.
Your mixture wasn't right.
I mean, in all fairness, though, the
I was a
citrus
kid, and
from
I was just curious. I was like, "What would this taste like?" And I mixed it together, and it was
Okay.
fucking disgusting.
Oh wait, hold on.
so I can chew my
Type
milk.
it. Hold-
You taste like shit.
No, look it up.
It turned to ricotta cheese real quick.
Okay, pull it up. You gotta see it. Pull it up.
Pull it up.
Oh, me? What is it called?
Jesus.
God
Christ.
damn it, Jamie!
Jesus. Okay, let me type it. Hold on.
Come on, Jamie. What are you using over there? Microsoft Edge?
No,
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
Listen, I don't speak no Spanish. He said a word, and I was like, cool.
I
I just want orange juice and milk. Yeah.
I typed it in. Did you see it?
Never mind, I found it. No thanks
yeah,
to you.
yeah.
All right.
Mayor
Okay.
Sonato.
It's sold in the chimney trucks.
At least Donnie had enough balls to like attempt it. I look at that and go, I'm not even going to say that. People are going to call me racist.
Maria Sonato.
Well, that's not a N. That's not the right letter.
What is that? Maria Serrato? No.
Did Chevy make that?
See, there we go. Morir soñando.
Does Chevy make that?
Damn. Wait, hold on.
It's a Ford product.
All the way up. I want to see some. Yeah, milk and orange juice.
You drink these if
It
you
is a
wanna be found
marvelous
in the road dead.
beverage.
Yes, it is.
I mean, that looks amazing, but I don't think that's what I had. That's definitely
Yours
not what I
look
had.
like that, or was yours more orange?
You're
My shit was orange, bro.
Fine.
This is what I can do. I'll kill this stuff.
Oh,
Bro.
chata?
I'll drink a gallon of it, bro.
Is
You'll
that
be
the,
disgusted
like,
with
the
me.
Hold on.
dessert type
You
drink?
do know that taco spot has that, right?
Is that
Yeah.
like the dessert type drink?
I was gonna order some. I just yes, it is a dessert type drink, but I
Oh,
wasn't
those
gonna
are
mix it
fire.
with beer. So
It's a rice drink.
Oh, you know what
Yep.
he has in hand
Yes.
too. When you come up here, I'm gonna have my father-in-law hook you up. Coquito, he makes it.
okay, but
He's gonna come to
Spanish
your
We make
house.
that. We make that for Christmas.
Spanish eggnog, yeah.
yeah, see, my dad's
Do you use
wife is
regular
from El
eggnog
Salvador.
and Spanish eggnog?
So good.
No, there's no actual eggs in it, bro.
No.
It's just
You know
a
what
bunch
you
of
put in
coconut.
eggnog? Fireball.
Oh, yeah.
Whiskey.
No, he does what is it? Evaporated milk. What is that sweet
Sweetened condensed
Sweet
milk.
condensed milk.
carnation.
Oh, carnation.
Carnation. Whatever that milk.
It's sweetened
Oh,
condensed
That's what I
milk.
put in my coffee in the mornings. Actually, that sweet
Yes.
condensed milk. That's the only thing I put in my coffee.
Yes, it is.
Well, you guys were at the house at Coverings. I had some over there.
Cinnamon, rum, and something else, and he blends it up.
And coconut milk.
I'm down.
And
Oh,
coconut.
coconut milk. Yeah.
Mm, that sounds pretty good.
Mm.
How do you guys feel about coconut water?
I love coconut water.
It has to come from a bodega.
And it's got to have chunks
do you
in
mean?
it.
You
It
mean
doesn't
it
count.
doesn't come out of one of those paper?
The Goya can you talking about?
Yeah,
nah,
it's gotta be the Goya, bro.
I love that stuff too. But I've been on
That's
this
what the white labels.
pressed coconut water that Vita Coco makes.
Oh yeah.
That shit
Oh, yeah.
is
That's not
fire,
bad.
bro. It's so
Drink
good.
like that. Press.
That's what my
Yeah,
wife's been
definitely.
drinking.
I always put the pinky up.
Press.
Even when I'm drinking Coca-Cola, I put the pinky up.
No, that stuff is. I mean, Omar saw me. I drink that pretty regular, especially when I have a lot of caffeine. I drink that, or if I'm starting to get a headache, or especially if you start to feel a little bit of a heat stroke.
He drank like
coconut stuff is
4 of
great
them
for you.
that day at Coverings after we went out.
Oh, I love them. Dude, just 'cause I just love the taste of it, especially the ones with chunks, bro. Oh, I'll down it.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
So-
I usually try to
Coverings,
save
since
the
you,
chunks.
Brought that up. Who's going?
I'm debating. I think I'm gonna go there for the content, not so much for the show. I mean, it's in Atlanta, so it's not that far of a
Yeah.
drive for me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm contemplating
But-
on going.
I want to
plan
go
on
to
going.
KB. I want to go to the KBIS.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. Because
But that's in Vegas, man. I gotta
That's
bring my bond money for that.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
we
Coverings
also-
is the biggest show, but KBIS is like right there tailing them.
Yeah, but I feel like KBIS would be more
Suitable
Like,
for what
we
we're
can
doing.
right. We know
Yeah.
the tile. We just need better. Like right now, I'm having a hard time with the customer because she wants a wall mounted faucet, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but I wouldn't put it to the sheetrock because it's gonna look funky.
Mm.
Yeah,
Sheetrock, you know what I mean? I was like, why don't
it's
you
like a
have the
gas
bill-
station bathroom.
Yeah. So I told her, I said, if you put the granite or the marble or quartz countertop and have them make like a 12-inch or whatever size in the background, then we
There
can
you
put
go.
it in there. And then she's like, yeah, but I don't like that look. I was like, well, that sucks.
Well, did you
Mm.
see the guy that made the sink out of the Curdy boards?
Yeah, you could do that. Heavy did that too with Vitra.
Yeah, you can also use that and put like either large format tiles or if it's big enough slab tile, and you can make a sink with that. It's just pretty much all epoxy.
Or
and-
if you right, or if you saw Tile Bro, he floated a sink.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah, that's
that
something
was
I
with,
actually want to do.
Me
My
too.
plumber's gonna hate me, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
He's getting paid either way. You gotta be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I want to
they
try
had
that.
one
Unless
too
it's your
over there
plumber.
at the Odie place. When we went to Odie, they had one there.
You're a fun guy. Funny guy.
Mhm.
So subcontract.
Actually, it's
Well,
it's
you're
funny you
draining
mentioned
it.
that. It's funny you mentioned that, Donnie. I wonder what would have happened if you integrated like that Odie wall drain into a sink and almost made it like almost ramp
You can.
completely
They
into the
had-
wall.
They had one there. that
Oh,
they
see,
made.
I
Or
thought I
no,
was coming up with something
they had a
new.
linear
Oh,
drain
no.
in it. No, they had.
I just stood. I haven't had a chance to post it. I have the video of it. Like when you take it off, they had a kitchen sink. They also used a linear drain for a vanity sink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They put
So-
the wall
Yeah, have any of you guys ever- Have any of you guys ever had to use metal studs in a for a residential application?
I have.
I've used them
Um,
sometimes because they're usually fairly straight. That's the only time I ever really used them. I don't like to, especially for bathrooms, because metal, steel studs, steel and water don't mix.
I was wondering. So I had a guy ask me, and uh, I couldn't think of any other reason, but I wasn't sure if those things with the steel and the water, I wasn't sure if that would be something that would be like against code or anything like that. But
You
I
have
mean,
to
I
check
kind
the
of
local code.
No, because
right, right.
you're only allowed to build with steel in New York City.
Yeah, I'm
Word,
saying
true,
check.
very true, true.
Yeah,
Saying-
so New York City's requirements are steel studs or metal studs, cast iron drains. You can't use PVC,
And lead pans still,
and
right?
and lead pans. You can't use vinyl.
And
or
why is that?
Because they're almost
Because they
commercial
suck.
buildings.
Yeah, essentially they're commercial buildings, and
Yeah.
so my theory is if you're on the 17th floor and you're dropping in something in a 3-inch pipe, it's gonna go through that 3-inch pipe. I can promise you that. So
Yeah.
that's why they use cast iron. Plus, also most of the buildings are cement.
Yeah.
Every floor is cement, so they literally build these things and pour right over them. So,
Yeah.
because you got to watch that guy, Hydro New York City. He posts all the.
Yeah.
That's all he does is New York City, and it's
Mhm.
all
Mm.
copper or brass. You can't use PEX in New York City because of the
Mm.
high rise and the pressure. It'll exceed the pressure. It'll blow it right out. So only
Wow.
copper and brass are the only two things that are acceptable.
And they
And, like,
talk
every-
a lot about the shutdowns. Like if you have to ever have to
Right.
work on a live water line, they got to shut down the entire building, and everybody
Building,
knows.
yes, right.
At least long enough to put shutoffs in the house.
Well, that's the thing. Like every New York City apartment, you probably seen this, Harry. Either by the toilet or the kitchen sink, there's a box where you have the shutoffs. It'll kill
That's
the whole
if-
bath.
That's if
That's
they're
if they put
updated
it
to
in.
do that. Yeah.
Right. So the houses that I've been at has what's called gate valves, the round handles.
Oh,
Mm.
broke. I already know where you're going.
You're there like, oh, the water's not off. Crank it. Okay, cool.
Ah.
Snap it. Yeah.
Yeah, the gate drops on you. Yeah,
Mm.
that was the
Damn.
dumbest invention. Like, if I ever see a
No.
gate valve, especially over here, I was like, I'm shutting it off on the city side. I'm not touching that thing.
Yeah, don't touch that.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
Yo, a question for you guys. Did anybody question Odie on why they make those? So I have two questions. I don't know if any of you guys may have brought it up, but why is it that they can't figure out a way to make that purple PVC shit not leak through the can? Anybody question that?
How about you just close the can the proper way?
Bro.
How else are you
Nah.
supposed to get high in the
You're
truck?
too messy.
Nah,
I'm
dude.
just saying,
That,
my can-
close
my
it the proper
cans-
way. It doesn't matter how you close it. If that thing sits over, it's coming out.
So now the problem is, okay, so here's the issue that you're facing. Mines are always in buckets. So they're either upside
Mine
down,
too.
sideways, whatever. They don't.
Yeah.
The problem is that where you are, it gets really hot.
Yeah,
And when that thing is hot, it expands. It's going to push through that
I got
ceiling.
you.
Oh, okay.
So
Don't leave it in the toolbox.
So the best thing you can do is go on Amazon, and they have what's called a glue caddy, and it holds both cans with a hook on it, which is nice because when you're working up high, you can hook it on your ladder.
Okay.
Oh, this guy's way too excited.
This is called the solvent bucket. Because I'm serious. I leave it in here because if it happens to fall, which it does, just by the heat, right? It stays in here and not on my leather seats.
Now, also
Yeah,
be
yeah.
very This is something to be very mindful if you are a smoker, because if that thing is in the back of a van, exactly evaporating like that, and you light something,
Boom.
boom.
Yeah. Once
Well,
I
I
say
keep
how,
mine-
it's supposed to get high.
I keep mine in the back of the truck, not in the truck. It stays in the bed.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No,
Yeah.
it's happened before to like plumbers where either they had a acetylene leak, small acetylene leak.
Go on lunch
Oh.
to get high and
They go to, dude, they go to light a cigarette and they say, you see the doors blow out and like the windows blow out. The guy comes out,
damn.
shower,
Yeah.
and
My
probably with a
And
ton of bleeding.
My second question did anybody happen to bring this up at Odie is why is it the plumber's putty comes in such a weak can?
Well, why does plumber putty suck ass? That's what you should be asking.
So plumber's putty has a spot in the world. It really does. Actually, you can use it to do a
Throw at your helper.
Well, aside from the reason why it comes in
To make worms
the reason why it comes in a weak can is because if you really had to reach in there, you wouldn't be able to bend those metal cans, and they'll be deformed. But sometimes what you have to do is, like, let's say it's cold weather, you got to roll that bad boy to get it, to get it out of that can.
Pliable, yeah.
Exactly. You ever try to roll a freaking metal can? You Gorilla Grips would do it, but it's not work for regular humans.
All right, Omar.
You know what?
You passed your OD interview, Omar.
So the funny part is, we did watch the machine that was making that.
Yeah.
Like, they took us to the machine that actually they make it from scratch. They mix all this stuff there. We saw the guys.
Putty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, me
no
and Harry
shit.
wouldn't know.
Yeah, right. That's cool.
We have a bunch of good questions. That would have been a bunch of good questions to ask at the Odie event, Harry.
I know. I mean, if I had been there, I would have. Yeah,
Like,
instead I had
why
Omar
are you
answer
using
for the
this
answer
cheap
for
ass
me instead.
plastic?
I actually had two questions that kind of like. So I kind of like hooked up with the development team. The guy that was asking us questions about drains and stuff, and he was
Hooked
like,
up.
"Oh, so." He pulled me to the side. He started asking me questions, and like, obviously, I'm very. I've read a lot about flow effects, enough to know the ins and outs of the actual thing. So he was like, "Oh, this collar right here is for the adjustment, right? The black collar." He's like, "This is for the adjustment." So I'm looking at him. I was like, "No." He's like, "So what is this for?" I said, "It's an adapter for your drain. It's the adapter that we use to adapt to a 3-piece
To
clamp."
your shitty drain.
So
Your
I'm like,
shitty 3-piece drain.
I'm saying that, I'm like, "That's for your drain." He's like, "What do you mean?" So I walked over to one of the drains that were there, and I was like, "You drill holes, you put sealant, and you put this here, and then you glue the flow effects on top, and now you don't have to worry about the 3-piece clamp, 3-piece clamp."
Yeah.
Wait, you brought a flow effects drain with you?
No, they had one there.
Oh.
And I was like, he's like, "Huh?" I was like, "Yeah." He answered a lot of questions with that drain, and you guys are still asking the same questions. And the other thing too that baffled me was, so they have the 3-piece clamp ring, right? And they made that adapter. You saw the white one, so that you could use membrane, but there was no membrane on the actual adapter. So I asked him, I was like, "How does the membrane attach to the plastic?" He's like, "Oh, thin set." And I'm like, "Thin set doesn't stick to plastics, from what I understand." He's like, "Oh, but we have a membrane collar that comes with the kit." I was like, "Well, just so you know, that's the first thing that's going to get lost as soon as that box is open. It's going to hang somewhere. They're going to throw it at each other. It's going to get lost." I said, "Second of all, you guys are a solvent and glue company. Why not glue it?"
Yeah, why not glue it down? Yeah.
Just glue it to the flange.
Well, see, you're not thinking like a corporate entity. That's why. That's
I
That's
do
the other thing
think
too.
that
There was
they
a lot
want
of
to
people.
try to go because everybody that was there was raving about the flow effect stuff. So I think
It was bad, dude. It was
yeah, I
Like, we're gonna showcase our new drain. It's like, yeah, but the flow effects does the same thing but cooler.
Oh,
yeah. Everybody saw the flow effects drain was like, what flow effects? Yep. But like,
That's because we all know about it.
I think
They probably didn't think that so many people would know about it.
Yeah, I think they want to go that route with what they create, though. They want to do something similar to what he's got going on.
So the other thing too was because they have the linear drain, right? The quick drain. Whatever.
All they got to do is pay Chase.
And ironically enough, they could have helped Chase. Remember the whole mold issue he had? They had the answer to it.
Wow, no shit.
Yeah, because they produced the clamps, either ABS or PVC. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the funny part is that like he was like, "Oh, flow effects." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, and they're coming out with a linear drain, and they're like, "Really?" I could see the disappointment in his face. I was like, yeah, he's coming out with a real linear drain. He's like,
So you better sell what inventory you have now.
dude, I
Because
mean,
it will be gone.
because I, like in all reality, that drain did answer a lot of like questions, but in such a simple format.
It was made by a tile setter.
Right, exactly.
At the end of the day,
Right,
not
right,
some
right.
dude in a lab coat
Right.
that
And like it
deals with
literally,
plastics. Like it's
I tried to think of like, okay, there's got to be another drain, and like it just, no, keep levitating back to flow effects. Simple, drill a hole 2 inches, drops down, gives you 3/4 of an inch, which is the minimum mud bed by the flange.
And it's very
No
sturdy
thinking.
too. So like when you put those
Oh, yeah.
screws into it, it doesn't like fold it down.
yeah,
It stays
you really
flush.
gotta
You
torque
gotta
it.
crank it.
I mean, yeah,
And-
if you crank on it, then you're gonna.
Because you can use the screws to adjust the level, which is what I like without it like
Mhm.
snapping.
Mm-hmm.
And like the other thing too is when I glued it to when I thin set it to the foam pan, and I went to glue the pipe from underneath, I was like scared it was gonna push out or blow out because it was foam. That thing was not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It didn't even move. So again,
I think
Or-
they'll go that route.
I
I
that's
haven't
what I
used the
said
flow
too.
effects drain yet, so I don't know. I'm kind of
You are just uncultured and
just listening. I'm just here listening.
Jeremiah's got a bunch of them. He'll bring you one.
Yeah, I've got like 8 left.
Man, the
So-
guy I'm working with right now ain't fucking using no goddamn flow effects.
He's using whatever you can get, the Odie stuff you can get off the shelf at Lowe's.
Exactly. Dude.
You gotta
bring
buy
it this
one and
way.
put them onto it.
He's nah. I
That's
tried
the
to
thing
put
that
him
I
on
do like.
tried to put him onto a couple things already. I told him about Hydro Block. I told him about the other Guru. I told him about other thin sets out there other than that 252 that he likes to use, and he just
Oh, the
he just likes to
252
use what he
silver,
likes to use.
the Latacrete bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically the bottom barrel thin set you can get from Latacrete,
So
Yeah,
basically,
that's what
he's using Versavon.
essentially. So, but I mean,
I have had actually. I was gonna make a reel the other day actually, and be like, I met this guy, and he's got me doing all these things that I've never done before, and he's a contractor, and I was just gonna switch over to show he's got me using Versavon and doing all shit that I never did before, and but I couldn't figure out a way to tie it all together. But yeah, man, I had to use Versabond the other day. I was like, what the fuck is this shit, man?
Versabond is
You don't
pretty
like
good,
it's
though.
good.
It is good.
No, I didn't like.
They-
I didn't like mixing it. I
See,
didn't
they
like
changed
using it.
they changed their formula, and me and Omar noticed this instantly last time I went up there because I've used Versabond for a long time before Latacrete, and Omar's used Versabond. It used to be very sandy, but now it's not as sandy. It's like really tacky.
It's like
almost like
Allstate.
yeah, and it was really weird because we mixed it, and I was like, Omar, I think Versabond, changed their recipe, and we're mixing it, and he mixes it too, and he's like, huh. And we start messing
I was
with it. We're
also-
both sitting there doing this, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's different, but it's good different. It's better."
Yeah, it's good different. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I was also using a bag that seemed like that had chunks in it, so I don't know.
Hey, you
bro.
better tell him to go get that Sika thin set.
I already told him. I was like, man, when Steven sent us the text talking about the sale, I told him I was like, hey man, this guy's trying to sell me a pallet of thin stuff for $1,300.
Is he an
He's
older
like, are you
guy?
asking? No, he's 10 years younger than me. He's 29.
I would say older guys typically have a hard time moving to modern systems.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
Now the question is, well, that is part of the reason. Some people are just.
Daniel, you're on fire?
Am I on
Huh?
fire?
Oh, he's cooking. He's cooking. So my thing is like, what's the financial point of it? Like, what is the financial reason why he's sticking with those systems? Because it could be literally like uneducated math, in essence. Because you could go to him and say, hey, listen, if you use, our hybrid system of mud pan, membrane, and go boards, it'll cost you X amount versus the system that you're using. That it's costing you a little bit less up front, but it's costing you in labor, and that goes to like the last thing we were talking about. If you you having to pay your workers to go and drive to the dump versus you having a dumpster in your yard that gets picked up once a week. They come there, empty into the yard. That man time that you're paying.
Windshield
You know
time
what I
is
mean?
what they call it.
Right, exactly. So that's that windshield time, or even like you're doing cement boards. It takes you twice as long to install them because you have to be very careful as to cutting it. You can't just like whack it and like I'll fix it. So
Yeah.
I've even thought about like doing one with cement boards just to like go back to like the old school ways, but like the amount of work it takes to bring a board up, to hold it up by myself, solo installer, versus the new system that we have now. So it might just be that you need to educate him on it. Like, hey, listen.
Well, I keep trying to have those conversations with him, but we also don't. So far we've only worked together when he has tile that he has to install because I think he just likes to have me cut for him. And every time I've asked him, I'm like, the guy that prepped his shower, does he know like the importance of like having little spots like that stick out and shit like that? Does he know that that's gonna fuck up the tile finish? And he's like, no, he's fucking rough around the edges. He doesn't get it. And I'm
He's
like,
about as sharp as a crayon.
yeah, so I told him, I was like, well, why don't you just use him to do your plumbing and have me, get all your showers prepped and shit like that, and then you come in and do the tile work, and that way you can still flow from bathroom to bathroom. And he didn't really have much to say after that conversation, and I just kind of, I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, this ain't something I'm going to do for too much longer, but I would like to help him out and at least,
me being the way that I am, I would be like, listen, let me do one check. If you absolutely hate it afterwards, we go right back to your system. But if you see a difference, where you over here slapping subway tiles is a dream because the wall is flat, plumb, and square.
Right.
And your install goes by much faster because now you're not sitting there with 3 trowels, floating things out, trying to make things work. And it looks like garbage at the end. You know what I mean? Because I seen a bunch of my competitors. Cement board up, no taping, no nothing, tiles up, and then you see like the floating effect. So I would be a challenge. I'd be like, yo, let me do it. You absolutely hate it, we go right back to your system. I promise you, you're gonna.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like he's. I would love to present that opportunity to him, but I know for a fact that he's way too backed up to try that.
Yeah, see, and some people just aren't receptive to information. So it's just.
The other brain cell to work. You can do it.
Yep, that's all right. Each brain cell controls different syllables. Give me a second.
But straight up, like, yo, be like, put it as a challenge. And I can tell you right now, any dude, backed up or not, he'd be like, challenge, done. Do it. You damn well know. Now you're messing with his pride.
I'll see.
Do it.
I have to. I think he told me next week he's got me doing tile all next week. So let's see.
Because I got a challenge. Somebody gave me a challenge that I actually got to do in this shower coming up. You gonna see it.
Tile it with your feet. You won't. No.
Tile it.
Yeah, what it was is me and
we see you trial with no hands.
Me and Oscar had this thing.
There's a guy that does that.
I know. I see.
Yeah, there is.
It's actually pretty good. The challenge is, because we saw it also with Hydroblock. I'm gonna tape off all the seams so it's a perfect seam job. He's like, oh, it takes too long. I said, no, it doesn't. He's like, oh, it does. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll do a video and I'll show you. And I'm gonna do it so perfect. There's no like slobs or blobs. There's gonna be perfectly crispy lines everywhere. And I'm gonna
you gotta cut all your pieces.
You're gonna tape all your. You're gonna tape off. Tape. Okay.
It takes longer if you're gonna do one at a time. But if you just go ahead and cut all your pieces and then just start slapping them up, it's so much easier.
Or you use a stencil.
Boom.
Oh.
Where'd you go, Harry?
He changed out of the stream tab. But there you go.
I just got a phone call. I don't know who the hell that was, though. It's an old number from back home.
It was about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah, there you go.
Probably. Or they're trying to get me to update my Google listing. You guys get that call?
Oh
No,
yeah,
I
all
get
the time.
People from Angie.
Fucking
call me all
A,
the time,
dude.
though.
Oh, I straight up told the people from Angie to go fuck off. Like they called
Yeah, I've
me
already
like
done that
every
once
3 days. They
before.
called me for like 2 weeks or like 2.5 weeks, and I just straight up told the rest. I was like, please fuck off. I don't call my
Yeah,
number.
I
I'm like,
had
I will
that
never use your
conversation with Angie
services
once
again
too.
if you call me.
Well, we've had so
Oh,
our little thing.
oh boy, I already know where you're going.
Yeah. So whenever they call me, most of the time,
Whenever they call me.
most of the time, I'm on the phone with Jeremiah. So what I do is I pick up and then I join Jeremiah into the call.
This is where he messed up.
So the last one, he got nasty too, bro. Like he got angry because he was like, "Hi, is this the owner of so and so business?" I'm like, "No, that business is no longer in service. Please stop calling this number." He's like, "Oh, so you're no longer the owner of the business?" I said, "No." And then Jeremiah in the background, "This is chicks with dicks now."
Yeah. It's like we no longer operate. Like, we no longer operate under that business name. We operate with chickswithdicks.com. Like your services aren't needed. And I think he was like, "Oh, but they are, sir," or something like that. And then he hung up on
Oh
it.
no, he was like, "Sir, this is very."
Oh no, he's like, "I'll just have your Google account taken down." I was like, "Oh man!" Like now, I really want to pay for your scam.
Oh my god!
He's like,
Wow.
"I'll just have your business taken down." And he was like, "This is very serious." And then he hangs up. I'm like, "Well, keep
Like, you got a
calling."
recorded phone call? Are you threatening me on a recorded phone call?
Oh, it's a
I know,
scammer.
right?
It's like it's not real. It's just empty threats.
It's not a scammer. It's actually they're not scammers. Those are actually legit businesses that optimize your Google accounts because there is a difference between having a Google account and then having an Alexa voice account.
Yeah, and they're an SEO, search engine optimization.
Right, exactly. So basically, you can go and be like, "Oh, Alexa, call me a contractor," and if you're not in that list, you won't come up unless the person goes to Google and look you up. Totally different service. So it is a service. It's just
the voice search, the voice search. Yeah,
the
I
voice
keep getting those ads.
Here's my thing with them, and they always kind of like choke on their words when I say this. And they're like, "Yeah, we're with Google." I was like, "I'm like, are you a subcontractor that uses Google's services, or do you actually work for Google?" It's like, "Oh, we work with Google." I was like, "Working with Google and working for Google are two different things. I work with Google every day."
Yeah.
And she's just like, "Well, we're authorized Google." I was like, "But you don't work for Google. Am I right?" And then they just avoid the question. And I was like, "Thank you very much. You have a good rest of your day." And I hang up on them.
Omar, are you basically right now getting all your jobs through word of mouth, or are you using anything to get work?
I have not used advertisement. It's literally word of mouth or social media, like Facebook, for instance. Because a lot of people are switched over to the groups, like mom groups, essentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or I should say community groups. That's why I always say join those, because a lot of people want to. So the more we go into,
if you got a good community group, I mean, I've joined a few, but nobody is ever in those damn groups.
See, but in your area, it's different. Your area, like Thumbtack and all these other things next door, are huge. Where in my area,
that's what I was just getting ready to get at.
Garbage. Yeah, it's a garbage app, in essence. Like you see it in my area, it's like nothing. So, but the thing I've noticed both in the social media world and also on Facebook, what I mean by social media is Instagram. They want more content that is the most realistic of it. Like when you see a video that's like professionally video edited, most people swipe away because they're like, this is just, paid ad.
It's just a regular ad.
Propaganda.
Exactly. So they look at it. So they see a video of you doing actual work and you're talking like a regular person. They kind of relate more. So that ties into the whole Facebook group thing because they go there and they're like, okay, I need a contractor. Who have you used? And then your name will come up and then the next person say, yeah, I've used them. Yeah, I use them. So it takes a while to build that reputation, but once you do, it will take off because it's essentially you are your own advertisement. Like, because paying for advertisement will target people, but it's not targeting the people you want.
Now, how do you guys feel about reaching out to past customers for reviews?
Sure.
I just recently done that actually.
Absolutely, sure.
A customer I did a year and a half ago.
I think there's definitely going to be some customers that you should always keep contact with too. Like I've got a few customers that I'm thinking about doing like gift cards or something like that for holidays and stuff. Like
gift cards
think
I was
or
just talking
helps.
about.
yeah, we
Yeah,
had
we're
a
talking
whole
about
thing
that.
about this. Yeah, we strategize a lot, but yeah, no, a simple card or a simple phone call, like, hey, listen, I know it's been a year, just I'm calling to check in, see how things are. Anything that has come up in that year, I'm just calling back to make sure. Maybe you forgot small detail. It could literally be like a hole popped into the ground.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You go back there and you say, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it. But that could be the difference from like when they ask for a contractor, they'd be like, that guy will come to you a year after. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So I've actually got a
Yeah.
perfect example that's happened recently. So a customer I did a walk with today, she called me 2 or 3 days ago, but she wanted me to bring a reference sheet. This is actually the first customer that wanted references of all my from my customers. So I was like, okay, let me reach out. So I did a really big shower. It's actually one of my most popular showers and gets the most views on my website. I reached out to her. I was like, hey, you mind if I was like, hey, how are you doing? They just had a baby at the time. I was like, how's, baby? They reached out to me at some point if I knew somebody that could do a deck. I was like, did you find someone that could do your deck? How's the baby? How are your dogs?
Dimitri, get over here.
I named their dogs off by name. And then I'm like, how's the bathrooms holding up? Is there any issues you're having with it? And they're like, no, we love it. It's great. Absolutely. Thank you. And then I kind of move into it's like, hey, I actually have a customer that wants to go into a referral. They want a similar bathroom like yours. Do you mind if I put you down as a referral? And she's like, oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
and I actually reached out. You can kind of see it on my whiteboard here is a previous customer, right? I'm trying to
because
reach
you
out
have
to
the background on.
yeah, I'm trying to like open it up a
Erase
bit,
it?
but basically,
Your
yeah.
magic's not magicking.
some of the people I worked with when I started my company before I had to Google my listings account, I reached back out to them. I'm like, hey, I did hey, I'm so and so. I did this for you. Hope everything is okay. And then you go into with today's day and age, reviews go a long way. So I'm trying to get more into reviews. If you enjoyed your service or you think it's good service, please leave me a review. And I would leave them a link. And I've gotten 2 reviews off of that. So
All right. I mean, I got like a handful of customers that I was gonna reach out to. 2 of them I've done bathrooms for, and one of them was much more recent job. And I was just curious as to how I should go about it. Like, should just ask, but then of course
ask
always
Chat
go on
GPT, bro.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You know that, man.
So
ChatGPT gave me the whole layout. I'm like, that's all I need.
So hold on. So the best way, I guess, to answer that, how would you like for someone to reach out to you?
Well, how would I like somebody to reach out to me? I would
Just
prefer
flat
to
out. Well,
just leave me alone, please.
I'd be right.
can't
You
be
put them on the
anti-social.
spot.
No.
Just you're literally just being pleasant. You really are asking concern about the bathroom. You want to see what it looks like. You want to see what they think about it.
Yeah.
There could have been things that you told them not to do, and they said do it anyways. And then a year later, they're like, you know what? You're absolutely right. So just straight up be like, hey, how are you? This is so and so. I'm calling just because it's been about a year, and I just want to check up on how things are.
Yeah.
And at the same token, at the end, if everything is positive, you say, hey, if it's not too much to ask, if we totally forgot to do this at the time, but if you could provide us with a review on our company, that'd be highly appreciated.
On that.
Now, the only reason why I've been hesitant to do it like all in one shot is because I don't want it to look like my website all of a sudden just got 4 or 5 reviews in the same time. Yeah.
As long as it's a legit, as long as it's a good review and it's legit, it doesn't matter. The speed
Shouldn't matter, right? Yeah.
Not. But if you're gonna have a bunch of he's pleasant to work with. He's a bunch of just nice things, but they never actually gotten work done from you. Then you're like,
I do know somebody that can get me a whole bunch of bots to fucking
don't do the bots.
write my shit up.
So Harry,
hold on.
I wouldn't. But I mean, I know that the opportunity.
So on the side note, with Misha, the guy name was Lou, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You screwed him over.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you're just making it.
Being my regular
mental note there.
No, I'm just being my regular troll self.
Okay. So Harry, this is actually
he
This is-
posted
this-
on Instagram asking like what advice would be for people that want to have a manager to run crews. And my answer was like, watch out for anyone named Lou.
So, Harry, this is something I've tested and implemented in lately.
Sorry.
I mean, it's also good
Uh-huh.
to be self-critical. Omar knows about this.
Mhm.
After every job is done, and I'm gonna cover her name, I provide this. It's a contractor evaluation form.
Mm.
So I have them write their name, what work. I'm not gonna do the address, but essentially they'll circle all these, and then I have this question down here. It says, is there anything you would like to see us improve next time? Next time implying that we're gonna be back. Right. So then they write whatever. Luckily, this is all good. And I'm honest with this stuff. This is all 5-star. And then I have, this one right here, which was, oh boy, which was 5 stars all the way up until quality work. I got a 4-star for, I had to go back and repair some caulking. So that was kind of on me. That being said, there was a little bit of a.
Why you rushing, dog? Why you rushing?
Well, it was that's a funny story for later, but there's a little bit of a dispute on the caulking, and honestly, I didn't know what the customer is talking about. But it's just like, if they're unsatisfied, they're unsatisfied. So I got to stay there until they're satisfied. So now you could take these, and also you have a realistic expectation of what your review is going to be. So now you can say, hey, would you mind leaving us a review on Google? Or what I've done is I tell people, it's like, I don't want a glowing review unless you think that of me. I want an honest review. So I've started offering rebates for the reviews. It's like, I've tested it with 2 people, and like I kind of got mixed feelings because if even though you're saying it's like, hey, I'm willing to refund a bit of money for an honest review, it still feels like I'm implying that you have to give me a good review.
Right. Which is
just offer a Starbucks gift card, man.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Starbucks.
Right
so
there.
see, but
Trial
I went with the problem of why do you have to offer something in return?
Well, I wanted to ask that too. Should you incentivize the review?
Because then you're buying.
Because now it feels like it. Because to me, it feels like when Metabo sends me a tool and shit like that, they always say you just got to make sure that you post your review. And of course, I fucking love all my tools, so it's always a good review. But I mean, then again, I have yet to receive a tool that I was like, oh, I gotta leave a bad review on this. But it's just like when it's kind of incentivized, you kind of feel like you're just gonna say, as long as nothing goes wrong, you're gonna say good things regardless, right?
And that's why I have mixed feelings, because again, I tell people, and I stress this. It's like, listen, I don't want a 5-star review unless you feel like you got a 5-star service. I want an honest review. But again, it still kind of feels like, I feel like it puts pressure on the customer to leave a positive review. And I genuinely want, like, if they think that I did a 2-star work and they think some 3-fingered monkey could have did better than what I did, I'd rather know that than them just be like, oh yeah, 5 stars. He was great to work with. So I found that at least with this, the paperwork, I can be kind of self-critical. So for example, I got this one, more careful caulking, right? So, I could have been a little more tedious with it. I had to go back over a second time.
That's a good way to go back and edit your work, though. That's great.
Yeah, that's a good feedback. So now when I'm doing work next time, I can go, okay, let me step back, take a double check, make sure I don't have.
Remember the caulking.
Yeah, I like 2 little pinholes. Check for pinholes. So that's kind of a good way to keep that in mind for me. And also, too, if there's no any personal information on there, you can also put these on your website. So not just
speaking of caulking.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys caulk silicone, what is your preferred method to get a nice clean bead? And that's my last question for the day because I gotta go.
I use my big toe.
Man, I'm not that agile with mine.
Well, so I'm actually gonna test the Fila, right? We gotta buy that from Florida. Florida Core sells this thing.
Well, that's a product that you buy though. Like I was kind of thinking of just like, are you fucking using your finger? Are you using the popsicle stick with the soap water?
I don't like that. And then I go back over it with my finger.
No.
Yeah.
I knew you were a finger guy, Donnie. I fucking knew it.
So what I do is I use the window cleaner that Home Depot sells.
The spray foam?
Yeah.
Basically, It's a foaming cleaner.
It's a foaming cleaner, but it works so much better because it's already mixed. You don't have to mix with water. It's not as
Yeah,
runny
yeah.
as soapy water. You know what I mean? Because there are some silicones will actually kind of like start to like dissolve with it. This one is a quick spray
Yeah.
popsicle stick. You can get a 2,000 pack of popsicle stick for like $3 on Amazon.
Dirt cheap.
Yeah, I keep them in a glove compartment, so I just grab one and throw them out at the end because they get all messed up. But like,
Nah, you stealing from your kids.
so,
Yeah.
but the other
Give me
thing
that
too
strawberry
is,
shortcake.
like,
So-
the other thing too is that I have to test out is caulk before you grout.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Caulk before you grout.
Yeah, so you caulk all your corners and your planes before you grout, so that
Let
way
it
when
dry,
it does grout,
obviously.
yes, let it dry. I mean, you can also do wet setting. I know a couple guys that do that. They actually grout and then caulk on top of the grout. Makes it more of
Yeah.
a seamless look. It's a little dangerous, but the reason why that
So wait,
is 'cause
then you caulk, then you're grouting over the caulk as well?
no, not the planes. Obviously, you're not grouting the planes, but you know how when you do subway tile.
Oh,
So when you're doing subway tiles and you pull the popsicle stick, you get those little like in every
Ridges.
tile it goes
and the ridges, yeah.
Right. So when you do it first time and then you put the grout, it hides the ridges.
And also, too, you got to keep in mind that you try not to get grout in the corners. So if you put
Right.
the silicone there, and also too, sometimes you try to go all the way to the edge, but sometimes your grout isn't far enough where the silicone will cover it.
Mm.
So if you put that down first and let it cure, now you can smudge it all over the silicone, and then because it's silicone, you can literally take a wet cloth and wipe it. You don't have to go back and dig the grout out with your knife and all that. So I thought it was pretty good.
Wait. I like this caulk before you grout though, because all right. So you're caulking your seams, your planes everywhere.
Mhm.
Let that dry like like an hour?
24. You have to let it
Back
cure.
the next day, like after you finish.
Oh, let it cure
the tile,
completely.
Yeah.
After you do the tile, just go ahead and silicone everything, caulk everything, and then come back the next day and grout it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which honestly saves you some time because especially we know on closeout day, sometimes closeout day is the day you grout, you clean the floor and you're out, right? That silicone
Yeah.
might be the difference, because you don't want to put it over grout
Yeah.
that's wet still. That could be the difference between an extra day or coming back.
Very true. Man, I like the way this conversation went. I gotta go, guys.
Yeah,
All
same
right.
here. I gotta get out of here.
Peace. Good
All
night,
right, we'll go
fellas.
ahead and call it for the episode. So thanks
Anybody
for
watch
coming
tonight?
to this episode.
Hell
No,
Anybody watch tonight?
no,
No.
we don't have a guest.
No.
We're not important.
Nobody
No one loves
fucking
you.
cares about us. All right, guys.
Who wants to listen to
We
All
this?
care about each other.
Everybody have a good one. See you next time.
Later.
Later.